Hey guys, welcome back to 𝐓𝐴2 here today with a new video. Now today is that time of year again, the day that we vote for the Game Awards. They've just announced the nominees and you can now vote for yourself. I'm going to be voting today. You can kind of vote along with me if you want. There'll be a link in the description, otherwise you can just go to thegameawards.com. Now the Game Awards is on December 12th. I'm probably going to be watching it live if I can manage to get the time to do so. But there's been a lot of controversy with the Game Awards this time around. Now we're going to start at the very back is usually what I like to do, and then vote up to the most important one, the Game of the Year. So we're going to start at the least important stuff and vote the other way around. But yeah, there's been a lot of controversy, especially about the main Game of the Year category, but we'll talk about it when we get to it. I have some thoughts on that. But let's start at sort of the less important kind of nonsense stuff. Best esports team. I really could not care less, so I'm kind of just going to vote for the game that I like, which is Counter-Strike, out of those ones, I suppose. So there's a vote for Na'Vi with that one. Now we're going for Best Esports Athlete in quotations. I, again, don't care at all. I'll vote for the Na'Vi guy again. Gotta stick with my boys. Best Esports Game. This is a little more intriguing. It's kind of just Valorant versus Counter-Strike. Dota 2 is my favorite game probably on this list, even though I don't play any of these games really. Counter-Strike, if this wasn't CS2, we'd have something else going. I'm going to vote for Dota. I mean, chances are it goes to Valorant. Usually with this stuff, I vote every year. If you guys don't know, I usually do a video every single time. I like to vote for like what I actually like, and then also kind of say what I expect to win, because a lot of the times those things don't align. This is Content Creator of the Year. We have a VTuber in here. I don't know any of these people. I legitimately cannot vote. I do like this Waffle House drunk like 3 a.m. picture though. That's pretty interesting. I'll give a vote to Waffle House guy purely based on that. Most anticipated game. I mean, it's GTA 6, right? Like, clearly, it's GTA 6. It could be and has been for, 12 years now. So, GTA 6 for sure. Best Adaptation. The animated Tomb Raider, I have not seen. Like a Dragon Yakuza, I have not seen, but I heard it was not great. Knuckles, the show, I've not seen, but I heard it was, like, okay. It looked atrocious, but I heard it was good, so who knows. And then Fallout, I feel like a lot of people have seen. That's kind of the main out of these 5 that most people have seen. Arcane, I thought came out before this year. Wasn't Arcane like 2 or 3 years ago? But I guess season 2 of Arcane just came out. So it's between Arcane and Fallout, I would say. Though I am interested in the Tomb Raider, anime, quote unquote, on Netflix. I do kind of want to watch that. I think Arcane will win, but I'm going to give it to Fallout because it's the only one on this list that I've actually watched. If this was Sonic 3, if Sonic 3 came out a little earlier, they'd probably get my vote because that movie looks so hype. Anyways, best multiplayer. For me here, it's probably Helldivers 2. I mean, that game is so fun. It's, I'm not playing it anymore. I don't think anyone is, but hey, that was some of the most fun couple months, even like month, that I've had in a long time with gaming. It reminded me like how fun games can be when they're just made to be fun. I think it surprised everybody. The rest of these, like Jamboree, I have, and I really like Jamboree. Actually, it's great. Warhammer is really good too. So I expect Helldivers to win, honestly, in this category, but I guess we'll have to see. It could go to Jamboree. It could go either way. Best sports racing. Wow, these are. This is grim. These are all atrocious options. F1 24. They should win that easily, but alright, previous category. Let's see. Best sim strategy. Not my expertise. I don't know what I'm talking about in this section. I do know Frostpunk is a very good game though. And it's that and Manor Lords are the only ones I actually recognize. I'm gonna put a vote on Frostpunk. But you guys let me know if you're up on that kind of game, which one is the one. Here it is so easily Astrobot, it's not even funny. Best family. This is the first year in a long time where it's not just like all Nintendo sweep. I feel like Nintendo always gets the family category. That's kind of what they're all about. But Astrobot is, you know, better than any of this. Like, these are all remakes. Literally remake. I mean, was the Princess Peach one? I think Princess Peach was a new one, but it's not like a full game. Or am I wrong? I could be wrong. But remake, and I like what would you call these? Not a remake, but I don't know, upgrade version, and a remake. And then Plucky Squire, I did play a little bit of, but I mean, Astrobot's on a whole nother level. So hopefully Astrobot takes that one. Best fighting game. I cannot believe Multiversus is up here, and I was the biggest Multiversus stan you could ever find on the whole planet. I'm gonna vote for Marvel vs. Capcom just because again, I don't really like any remakes being in the Game Awards at all. I don't think there should be any remakes nominated for anything. It's so cheap, and it's like we already, you know, the year where it was either last year or the one before where like Resident Evil remake wins. It's like we know they're good because they were good 20 years ago. This is new. This is now though. Like, why is a game that isn't like you're not even making a game? You're remaking, you're remastering whatever an old game. I would like to get a game that someone actually made, a new game that would win a Game Award. They could have a category for remakes and remasters and stuff. I think that would be fine, but I don't think they should be like in these just generic categories. I think it's kind of dumb. But that said, I just voted for Marvel vs. Capcom like bundle thing, so whatever. Here we are with Best RPG. Erdtree is here for some reason. Again, we're going to touch on this again later. A DLC should never ever be nominated for anything Game of the Year. It's not a game. It just isn't a game. Like, best RPG game, like best role-playing game of the year. This is not a game. This is a DLC for a game. Again, DLC category, go ahead. If it was a standalone DLC, we'd have something going there. That would be a game, in my opinion. A standalone game, like, you know, Miles Morales is compared to Spider-Man or whatever. Like, that's not a full game. It's a game, though. This is a DLC. You can't play this without a separate game. So how is this a game? Anyways, Erdtree is here. We'll get into that again later, but that's my main thing. Dragon's Dogma 2, Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, again another remake. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, or Metaphor, another remake. Best RPG. I mean, Dogma I heard was good. I mean, I feel like Final Fantasy VII kind of just takes this category. But it's a remake, which bothers me. I'd prefer to vote for Dragon Infinite Wealth, but I haven't played any of them, so it's like I don't exactly have input that I should be giving. Best action adventure game. Star Wars Outlaws, Silent Hill 2, Persia Lost Crown, Astrobot, or the Zelda remake thing. We're going to go for Astrobot on this one. I really, you know, Astrobot was almost like a perfect game. I love that game. Could have been a little harder, and that was about it, really. Best action game. We got Wukong. We got Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer Space Marine 2. I mean, Wukong, I feel like out of these is probably the better game. But I personally preferred Helldivers 2. I had more fun playing that game. And, like, it kind of felt like a fresher, just, like, new multiplayer experience that I hadn't felt in so long. It brought me back to, like, the 360 PS3 era of just, like, when games were fun. Wukong, to me, feels more like something I've seen before. It's just on, like, a whole nother level of, you know, it's like a Souls, it's like a Neo, it's like, you know, stuff I've seen before, but just done to a different sort of extent. So for me, I'm going to vote for Helldivers 2, but it could go to Wukong as well. I mean, it could go to Space Marine 2, but who knows, really. Best VR AR, it's the Batman game, flat out. I mean, Metro's pretty good too, but the Batman one is pretty sick, I gotta say. And I don't play VR, but I've seen it, and it's pretty sick. Best mobile game, we got Balatro, we got Pokemon Pocket, Zenless Zone Zero, AFK Journey, and Wuthering Waves. I actually don't know what Wuthering Waves or AFK Journey is. I've been looking for an AFK game to get into, though. I'm kind of an old man now. I kind of want to have something I can, like, passively play while I'm doing, like, work and stuff. So that'd be kind of cool, like computer work. So maybe I'll check out AFK Journey. But for me, it's Pokemon Pocket, only because I'm not going to buy Balatro on mobile. It's, like, what, like $15 or something crazy? But if you don't have any other way to play Balatro, it's definitely worth it, in my opinion. So for me personally, I play Pocket a decent amount. I check every day to open packs and stuff. I play some of the PvP on Pocket. I like Pocket a lot. I think it's off to a great start. So Balatro will win, though. Just keep that in mind. Best debut indie game. Animal Well from your boy Donkey is here. Big Mode, it's going Big Mode. Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and Plucky Squire. Pacific Drive I've really been interested in, but I haven't picked it up. I do really think it's cool though. I'm going to play it at some point. Manor Lords is not my style of game. Balatro is a fantastic game. Animal Well is also great. For me, it's Balatro here. It's a pretty tough category between Animal Well and Balatro, but for me, I just think Balatro, it's kind of in a league of its own. Best indie game, kind of the same as best debut indie game, right? It's just those ones were like their studio's first game, so I'm gonna give it to Balatro again. They're gonna probably win both of those if we're being honest. Best community support. So this is where like I don't know, best community support. Let's see, we got No Man's Sky, Helldivers 2, Fortnite, Final Fantasy 14, Baldur's Gate 3. I guess it's No Guys By. They do just keep on updating that game. I mean, that would be ongoing game though, wouldn't it? Because there is a best ongoing game category. I don't know what best community support, like, it's just about social media and game updates and patches and stuff. Like, who cares? Why is that an award? Like, I don't know. Best social media manager, that's really an award. I don't know. I don't care. Like, I mean, I guess it's Fortnite. Fortnite's just obsessed with, like, taking out fun, though. Like, if you play Fortnite for fun and then some cool fun item comes out, then all the, like, sweats cry about it and they just take out the fun. That's what I feel like Fortnite is known for doing lately. I'm just going to leave my vote where it is, but anyone could win that. Okay, best ongoing. This is what I was thinking of. I was going to say this is where Erdtree should be. Because it's like, or put, you put Elden Ring in best ongoing because of the release of Erdtree. It should go in here. I'm pretty sure that's what they did with Cyberpunk when Phantom Liberty came out. They didn't say Phantom Liberty was going to be Game of the Year, like an option, or to win awards. They just put Cyberpunk into best ongoing because Phantom Liberty had come out and fixed the game and added so much. This is where Erdtree and, like, Elden Ring should be, and they would win best ongoing. That would be fine. No one would be upset. Out of these games, it's probably Fortnite. I mean, Fortnite is, like, it's insane. I mean, love it or hate it, you gotta respect it. It's crazy. Games for impact. These are like the sort of social type games all the time. I have played a couple of these. I've played Zao, because it was free on PS Plus Extra. I have played some of the Life is Strange's, not this one in particular, but out of these, I'm going to give it 2 Life is Strange because I have played them and they're fine. I don't really care about the category that much. Innovation in accessibility. I do not know much about any of these games as far as accessibility goes. I can't really put a good vote in. I will vote for Lost Crown just because I like it the most out of those, but I don't know what each has done for accessibility. Best performance. We have Brianna White from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hannah Tell, Life is Strange, Humberly Gonzalez from Outlaws, I assume the main girl from Outlaws, Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2, and Melina Jurgen, Hellblade 2. I'm going to give it to Silent Hill 2. I kind of feel like none of these are that outstanding of a performance to me, I'm sorry, compared to like what we usually have. I guess there wasn't like a Sony first party really this year, was there, with like a big performance? They'll have to pull up next year and sweep. Best audio design. I know that COD usually always has decent audio design. I'm gonna give it to Astrobot because of all the like controller kind of stuff they did with audio. I think that's always really cool when you walk on different surfaces and it's like ting 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 ting, clunk clunk clunk. I like that game. I like it a lot, as you can tell. Best score and music. The only game I've played here, Stellar Blade and Astrobot. So I assume Final Fantasy VII will win. Maybe Metaphor. They both have great music. I gotta vote for Astrobot because it's like the only thing I'm really knowledgeable in. But I would expect one of those others to win. We're getting close to the big one. Best art direction. Now again, Erdtree, in my opinion, if it was a game, would win this section, but it's not a game. It is a DLC. So it's probably Wukong, if we're being real with it. Wukong's really cool, it introduced a lot of people to Chinese sort of mythology and like culture and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff you've never ever seen before in that game. I think that's really cool. The art direction's impressive. Best narrative. outstanding storytelling in a game. Out of these, I'm gonna give it to Silent Hill 2. Again, another remake. Don't get me started. I don't know why we can't just have new games in the Game Awards. Like whatever. Best game direction. For me, I'm gonna go with Astrobot here. I could go to Wukong. Could go to Balatro. Anything here really. Erdtree again is not a game. And here we are, Game of the Year. Now this is the most pathetic lineup for Game of the Year that I think I can ever remember seeing. Remake, DLC, actual new game. Of course, between the real new games, Balatro is kind of the standout of like, it's the indie out of these. It's, the lower budget. I think it's solo dev. It's like the indie. But if we're basing games on amount of fun, Balatro has given a lot of people a lot of fun. I don't think any of these three should ever be eligible for Game of the Year because they're not a game of this year. This is a remake, and this is a remake. Actually, have I been calling Metaphor or Fantasio a remake this entire time? I might be wrong about that, actually. I'm thinking of Persona 3 Reloaded. This is maybe not a remake. It's just by the people who made Persona. Is that right? Or is it a remake? It's the subtitle that's throwing me off. I could be wrong. If I am, disregard the shit I said earlier. But this is a remake. This is a DLC. It's all slop. It shouldn't be nominated at all. Like, Erdtree being here is a fucking joke. Everyone has already said that. I don't need to harp on it. But for me, my Game of the Year is Astrobot. I think this category should have had actual games. I don't see why Warhammer's not here. I think Stellar Blade could have been here. Like, these three should not be here. Wukong and Balatro. I mean, hey, if we see Balatro take it, you know what? That's impressive. Solo dev, poker mobile game. People love that game though. Like, it's a great game. It's cool. It's fun. It's got so much replayability. You can just get lost in that game. And your dollar to hour ratio is very well respected. I just really loved Astrobot. I thought it was an incredibly good game. Played it with my girlfriend. I just loved the game. It's like, it reminds me of Mario Galaxy. It just reminds me of fun. It's like a game that is just pure condensed fun, and I really enjoyed it. So my vote goes to Astrobot, but I do think Wukong or Balatro could take it either way. All three of these are great games. But yeah, that should be all of the categories there. Yeah, voted in all categories. Look at that. So that is that there. Like I said, this comes out December 12th. There's also a player's voice one that's like kind of like Game of the Year, but it's actually, I think, purely rated on votes, whereas the rest of these are votes and judges, where the votes are weighed much lighter and the judges kind of just pick the game for Game of the Year. Or, the most, whoever pays the most wins Game of the Year. But there is a player's voice one as well that you guys can vote in that I think has to open up in like a week or two. There's multiple rounds of voting for that. And then, of course, you can vote just like I just did on thegameawards.com. The Game Awards show is going to be on December 12th. If I do end up live streaming, like watching it, you guys can come hang out with me and watch it, or you can watch it yourself wherever you find live streams. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of my votes down below. Let me know what you thought of the whole controversy with Erdtree and everything else. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. We're hoping for an Astrobot sweep. Astrobot sweep. I'm always right also. I forgot to mention, I'm never wrong with any of my votes. They always win. And I'm like a goddamn future sight. I see the future. I'm a genius. Psychic, that's what they're called.